My attorney texted me last night, I'm officially divorced. I didn't cry last night, but I went straight to bed, and then I had some pretty messed up dreams. And I don't know, this morning, it's really like, just been such a long road. I'll never understand the cruelty and the discard. I'm not crying because I want him back. I'm crying because I'm alone now. You know, I don't really have anybody. I'm crying because our family's broken up. I'm crying because I only get my kids half time. I'm crying because I have to sell my house and find some place to live. I'm crying because he's off, like, living his best life with somebody new. And I'm still trying to process and heal and become my best self. I'm crying because of you go from loving somebody to becoming like complete strangers. I'm crying for my kids. I'm crying because I'm 52 years old and the thought of dating sounds terrible. I'm angry because of the lies that were told. It's all coming to a head right now. It's like the final letdown because this has been, 15 months since we separated. Next chapter loading, right? I will never understand. Especially, when they go for somebody who's 15 years younger than you. Here's to being divorced.
That's interesting. That's interesting. So I think I would like to see or hear, obviously, his side of the story and the specific lies that are being told in this situation. A lot of times modern women will say, oh, well, I was told a lie. I was this, I was that, and he did this and he did that. But of course, they're not going to tell you what they've been up to. They're not going to tell you all of the off the wall stuff that they didn't say to him. All the, I don't want you. You just go out there and you get you one of those floozies because that ain't me. I ain't doing this. I ain't sleeping with you tonight. And you just hold out. You don't want to do it no more. And then the man says, oh, okay, well, let me try my hand at it. And all of a sudden now, bada bing, bada boom, 10 to 15 years. Oh, well.
I work with women. I would never tell a woman to walk through that in the same frame of mind I was in when I did it.
And when you say that, but what frame of mind was that? What do you mean by that in particular?
I was very, very hurt. I was very angry. And I remember like when I made like the decision, I was like hysterically crying on the phone with my attorney. That was not the person I should have been on the phone with when, like, that's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, I was hysterically crying. And I was not in any position to make that decision. I was extremely emotionally intoxicated. We can be intoxicated with our emotion. I'm very much emotionally led. I feel very strongly. I'm just that kind of person, very passionate. But I would never tell somebody to make that decision when they're that emotional. But of course, I wasn't talking to someone that genuinely would be for marriage, or for reconciliation. And that's not no slight to my,
No, it's
the current friends.
It has nothing. There's no slight to that. Not the friends, but I was on the phone with my attorney.
Yeah.
So it was something that was being said to me that hurt me at that time. And that, so at that time when I was on the phone and I made that decision, I was livid. The truth about the matter is that if I had different people in my ear at that time, I would not have made that decision. No.
Wow.
I wouldn't. And that's the truth. I try my very best at this point in my life to be what I didn't have in that moment. Because I think that I was women were like, I'm an extremely emotional person. People that know me know that about me. I'm the kind of person that like, okay, I feel so strong, and I can ruminate. I can get so lost in my thoughts. I know a lot of women are like that. Like we're a lot, not all of us, right? But some of us are. Just like a lot of men can be like that. But I know women specifically, there will be moments where they'll be like, I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to be done. I can't stand this. He don't do this. He don't do that. Blah, blah. When you get lawyers involved, and there's
It's funny to post how I'm feeling because, wow, the highs are great, but the lows are really low. In 1 month since I moved into my apartment, and this is my second week on my job. Now that things are quiet, I'm finding myself reflecting a lot. I just feel so painfully uncomfortable. Of course, I'm questioning everything. I'm really trying to force myself to remember how bad things were and how bad things got repeatedly for me to get to this point. I think I'm just having a really hard time being back at square one. I'm not cry. I cannot afford to buy more eyelash serum right now. Being a wife, being in a relationship, it feels so natural to me. Like putting myself out there, being single, dating, doesn't at all. That I think I thought moving to my hometown would be really good for me recovery wise, but I'm just finding it's not. Really thought I would have family support moving here and finding that that's not the case. And it's been a really tough pill to swallow to realize I'm kind of on an island. I know so many people would die at the opportunity to have no strings attached and travel and start over and date a bunch of people, but that's just not my personality. I'm $10,000 in debt from all of this. Like, I don't know where people are just getting money to do all this stuff. I have 2 dogs that are quite literally the only things making me feel sane right now. Point I'm just really questioning, like, if I'm ever meant to have like a normal, happy life, which maybe sounds dramatic. I just feel like the things that come really natural to other people are just so hard for me. I feel like I'm not asking that much. Like, I just want a normal life. I want to have kids, want to be married, and it just feels like that's not in the cards for me. It's just really interesting because I feel like the swings of emotion with this have been so drastic. Days like today where I feel dead inside, like I'm crying all the time on TikTok and now my eyes are just like dead again. Multiple people in my life have told me I'm icy and I'm just like, literally, what do you want me to fucking say to that? If you're feeling like me at any point, I just encourage you to go through my divorce playlist and look at any of the comments from people. I'm doing that on a regular basis and you guys have helped me so much. I don't know, I just want to be honest today because, again, like a few days ago I was feeling pretty good. Today I feel horrible.
Yeah, so she realized she had it good and she threw it all away. Now she's not going to say that she was wrong, even though she was. So consequences. You make choices, you gotta deal with the consequences. What are you gonna do? So then this happens. Yeah, she promotes divorce. That's the next step. It's easier at the time to bring everybody down with her rather than look at what she's doing and take some responsibility and actually improve herself so she doesn't get herself in this kind of condition again. I'm going to show you another video.
I'm saying this once and once only. I ain't going to repeat myself, yeah? If you can't hear me, turn the volume up. If you still can't hear me, plug me into the speaker. And if you can't hear that, fucking put it on a billboard, right? Highlight that shit, underline it, put it in caps lock, stick it on a billboard. I ain't saying it again. Mums and their sons and sons and their mums, you're a different breed of fucking ridiculous. Some of you men love your mummy so much you want her to clean you, bathe you, wash you, feed you, fuck you, love you, wash your pants, make your bed, clean your clothes, put them in the wardrobe, hoover your carpet, brush your teeth, pick the bogies out your nostrils, and then you're going to come to me and be like, well, my mum does it for me, so why don't you? Funnily enough, I'm not your mother. I didn't grow you in my womb for 9 months and then painstakingly push you out of my fucking vagina for you to come out and be a bitch. I'm sorry, but you men and your mummies If you want to date someone like your mum so fucking much, just date your mum. Well, I'd firm the incest. I'd actually firm listening to you saying that you're in an ancestral relationship with your mum, because I'd be like, oh, that explains so fucking much. And do you know what? It's not even the men. Some of you mums with your sons, you need to get a grip. Because you're making them love you in a different way. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to take part in it. I ain't participating. I ain't going to date one of your little sons and their mums. I'm not doing it. If your son can't clean his own pants and wash his own plate, then personally, he ain't eating my puss. That's it. End of.
That's funny. I feel like men have been saying the exact same thing and been getting crucified for it. Well, my dad, why would I pick you if my dad is doing this? Why would I want you if my dad does this, and for me? Yeah, well, maybe you should marry your dad. Maybe you should stay with your dad. Because I'm not going to be doing that for you. Who's going to be the boys? Who's going to be the men? That's what we get. But now that you're saying, oh man, you boys need to detach from your mom. Oh, well, so basically the same thing we was telling you about your dad. It's okay to love your dad, but maybe you're doing a little bit too much. All of a sudden, you can understand the concept now.
You know what? I'm real embarrassed to say this, but every single day when I'm driving from one job to the other, I just think to myself, wow, you're so pathetic. You've been married twice, you're a 2-time divorcee, and not once out of either of those times did you marry for money. What an idiot. You know? What an idiot. I mean, yeah, sure, the first one, the kids are cool, but it'd be way cooler if we were just sitting on the side of some exotic island swimming with some cute pigs. In one hand, I've got a drink with an umbrella. In the other, you know, I'm just waving it around like I just don't care. Huh? Not once could you marry for money. My God, get it together.
So I just got through having a conversation with a friend of mine. And we were discussing what do we miss most about being in a committed relationship. And we both agreed that it was that emotional connection. Now, of course, we miss the sex, of course. But when you have that emotional connection with somebody, the sex is so much greater.
What was my worst date ever during my dating escapades after a divorce? I'm so glad you asked. I can't wait to tell you. 7:40, I walk out with my head held high by myself. No text, no call, but I do get a call 2 days later.
Do you know what I'm really tired of? Men fucking with me. I separated from an 18-year marriage in my early 40s. I'm 50 now. I would have expected it to be easier as I got older.
I've been divorced a long time, about 7 years now, and I have learned so many lessons. And I would like to save some other people some of those lessons, even though I do think some of them are good for you and you have to learn. But I think we should give each other some tips. Number one, when you've been married for 20 years and you come out thinking, oh, it's just going to be sunshine and roses, I'm going to find somebody, I'm going to have a new wonderful relationship. No, you're not.
I'm just sitting here thinking, social media got people fooled like everybody is replaceable, and it's not true. Listen, just because you find someone who looks good doesn't mean they have good energy. It doesn't mean they have good intentions, and it does not mean that they're a good person.
You're gonna hate me for this, but I regret leaving my ex-husband at the time that I did. I could have waited for longer. Like, I had already been numb for 3 years. I didn't feel anything. I did not care. I stayed because I didn't think that life could really get any better, and I didn't really care what happened to me, and I knew I couldn't really do it alone, like for a multitude of reasons, but because my child is very difficult. We had nobody in Colorado, completely isolated, and even now that I'm back in Oregon, I still have nobody. I don't have family. I'm completely alone. I stopped working full-time over 3 years ago. My health was deplorable. Like, I literally could not do things like lift my child by myself. How was I going to be a single mother? I relied on the military health insurance and his paycheck, and for about a year, we got a babysitter once, twice a week so that I could go substitute as a break from my kid, but I stayed home so that we didn't have to pay daycare costs. And then he stopped going to work, stopped going to the military, so we have not had to have daycare costs. We had a house that I loved, we had to sell it. It was like $18,000 that we had to bring to closing because the market is so bad. Not only was there the financial security, but I also had someone to tag team the kid when I needed a break. And now he's like legitimately the only person that I can rely on to help me with the kid. And he gets him for like 4 to 6 school days a month, and those are the only days that I can work. Next year when he's finally in kindergarten, I can go back to work full time, but the only school that he could take the bus to is the school that he went to preschool to for a month, and he did not succeed there because they only speak in Spanish. I really want him to go to a charter school because I think it would be better for him, and there's only a few locally that would work, but I would have to drive him to and from and pay for before and after school care, which depending on the school would be $500, $600, $700 a month. I paid $200 in electricity the last couple months for my 800 square foot apartment that I keep at like 66 degrees. Teaching salaries in Oregon are a little bit higher, about $70,000 for me before taxes, which are a hell of a lot, and the cost of living is so much. I don't want to know what the cost of healthcare is going to be because they raised the rates, and I'm ill, so I guess I'll just die? I've been trying to convince my ex, who is medically retired and makes VA disability every month and is in an RV, currently staying about an hour away from me, that he should move closer to me so that we can work out a better schedule so that I have more chance to work, and next year he could maybe pick the kid up from school every day so we wouldn't have to pay for childcare costs, but he doesn't want to do that. But don't forget that he keeps saying that he wants more time with our child and that he supports me and wants to be there for me in any way he can. And on top of all of this now, the state of America. Like, don't get me wrong, the weight of being in a terrible marriage being gone is fantastic, and being able to date women, even better. But I didn't have to sleep with them anyways. I just feel like, as a pros and cons girl, the pros, not as great as the cons for the next couple years.
I married the nice guy. The guy who made me laugh. I married the guy who was stable, he didn't yell. I married the guy who wasn't afraid to get down on the floor and play with kids. I married the guy who laughed really loudly, who didn't seem to care if anybody was watching. I married the guy who was soft with me.
And she keeps going on and literally describe like the guy that I guess any woman could ask for. The perfect guy. Then goes on to say that they are going through a divorce that she initiated. So you mean to tell me, if you are hand delivered the perfect guy, listen, we don't have to, accuse anybody of anything. She literally said it out of her own mouth, so y'all can't go against that. The perfect guy hand delivered to you, and you telling me you just out of nowhere just want to I think I should find something new. I can find something better. If you already have the best, how could you get better? And this is why I say some of y'all deserve misery. That's crazy. That's like somebody saying, listen, I'll take care of all your bills for the rest of your life. All you have to do is not go get a job. And then later on down the line, I just need to get me a job.
Dating after a divorce is insane because it sucks. It feels like my brain was hardwired to be a wife, and that's what I signed up for, was to be someone's forever person. Like, I don't understand now that I'm thrown back into the dating pool. I don't understand how to be casual. Like, I got fully married at like 24. I thought I would be with that person forever, and now I'm out here learning what a situationship is, and I hate it. I hate it so much. Don't introduce me to your friends unless we're serious. Like, I'm not gonna understand the nuances of this all. And I feel like I'm simultaneously ahead of the game and behind the game. And then you get people that are freaked out that I was married at one point, and there's just no winning. I miss being a wife. It was simpler. So I believe that I have found love again. A man who happens to live 1,500 miles away is making me believe in love again, and swears he's gonna come to Canada and give me a Disney romance. So I'm gonna stitch this when I find out whether or not that's true, if he actually made it here and made me believe that the world is magic once again, as though I was a small child with hope, or if he is once again going to just do what most people do to me and prove that I should get 80 cats. So here's hoping for the first one. See you soon. He cheated on me. Oh, don't worry. I just got dumped. I have been seeing someone really wonderful for a couple of months now, and I will miss them greatly. Like, I'm for sure breaking out the claw for this one. But through everything that I've been through, I'm really proud to say that I'm okay. It's okay. I'm not gonna be everyone's cup of tea. but I am gonna be someone's shot of whiskey. And that's okay. This is self-improvement, guys. We are learning and getting there. Well, I don't have their official reasons yet. I'm gonna guarantee it has something to do with the fact that I am comprised of chaos energy. But that will eventually be wife energy to someone. And until then, I like who I am. Have a great day, guys. We are going to fall back in love with our lives by force this year. This is me at the lowest it's been. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now, or where I'm supposed to go. I'm really scared about the future, and this is hard. How'd I do? So I'm freshly divorced, and out of multiple toxic relationships, thanks 2022. So I've decided to try something new, and try to fall back in love with me first, and see where I can take that. So for the next 30 days, I'm going to take one thing out of my little envelope here and try to incorporate it into that day. And I might not get every day, and I might be the only one that ever sees these, but I think it'd be kind of cool to follow with me. Or, you know, maybe I'll follow along with me. That's okay too. I just, I don't want to fall back in love with my life. So today I am to drink a glass of water for my mental health to fall back in love with my life. That's a great starting place. We came prepared, so. Healing's not linear, but we're gonna get there, friends. Hi, welcome back to me doing one tiny thing per day that I can to make me fall back in love with my life by force if we must, after a very brutal divorce in 2022. I've been gone for a while, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it stopped working. It got really dark there for a couple weeks. And I saw the warning signs that things were getting worse, so I'm trying my best to claw back now. I think I'm just openly in my delusional era now. Like, okay, what if I really like him and he openly says that he's not looking for something serious, right? I should back off. But I think it's more fun for me if I don't at this point. Like, I know the algorithm knows me. I know I'm not the only one experiencing this problem, where every single date that you go on, it's like, let's have an amazing situationship. And I'm like, I'm perfect. What are you doing right now? As long as they don't see all the trauma on my TikTok, I'm perfect. So you know what? We're leaning into it now. I'm just going to enjoy the ride. I'm going to get fully delusional. I'm going to create fake scenarios in my head. I'm going to enjoy them. Because if that's what's going to get me through this year, maybe I'll just enjoy the ride this time. You only want to come over for one night and use me? Cool. Do it, dude. Recharge my batteries. I'll hit up your friends tomorrow.
I'm just going to tell you right now, chaotic energy ain't it. And if that's the energy that you've been giving your husband or your ex-husband, I can kind of see why maybe that ended. I think you guys are going to have to learn that men are not joking around when they say, I don't want no chaos. I don't want no drama. I don't want no problems. You can have like a little spice, right? We might have like some passionate or heated discussions here and there, you know, or often, but I don't want you keeping up no mess in the house. There's a difference between you coming in there. Oh, my wife is she's just kind of like hard-headed. She's stubborn. There's a difference between like being stubborn and being combative. Like for some of these women, they're strong-headed, they're strong-willed. So they just kind of like your children. You know, some of you have a little boy, a little girl, they act like they didn't hear you and they go out there and do what you told them not to do. And then they come running and crying to you like, I told you. I told you. These types of women, they never learn. They never take accountability. They just keep on doing what they was doing, regardless of regardless of what happened. They keep doing it. You can say, man, nah, your hard-headed self, you went out, man, you say, I'm telling you, but you didn't gone out there, you didn't see what happened to you. Why are you still doing that? Well, I just believe I didn't do it right and I can change this, and this. Why are you still doing that? Learn from your mistakes and then go forward. Stop doing that. Well, I ain't gonna do what you say because you this. Combative. Can't listen. Not gonna listen. Not gonna turn around. Just gonna continue to do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it. And you dragging me down with you. Men get tired of that. And you decided, oh, well, it must have been him, like most modern women do. Oh, it must have been him. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out here and find me somebody that's going to make me believe in Disney love again. There's your mistake right there. You thinking that it's going to be sunshine and roses out here. That don't exist. This Disney stuff, that don't exist. That's not realistic. So already you're starting off on the wrong foot. And what do you know? Well, I got broken up with. I got cheated on. Open your eyes. Watch. Stop being so chaotic and try to figure out what's going on. I know you don't want to, but try to figure out what's going on out here.
My boyfriend of 2 years moved out 10 days ago, and I'm just really, really feeling really sad today. I miss him so much. And I know it's the right decision, but it's so hard. I'm so sad. And I wish I could be mad at him. It would make it so much easier, but I can't. There's no anger. There's only love. And it's excruciating. And I know I have valid reasons. And I know it's the best thing in the end. But it's so hard. It's so hard. I miss him so much. If you're going through the same thing, I just want to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're going through this. And you're really strong. It takes a really strong person to do this. And to not change their mind and say, you know what, forget it. Forget everything I said. Just come back. I don't want to be alone. And I'm scared to be alone. But I made a commitment to myself when I left my husband that I was never going to ignore my intuition. I was never going to ignore that little voice that said, Claire, something's not right. And I guess I love myself more than I love him. And I know that's a victory. I know that that's a good thing. That I love myself enough to not settle for less than I deserve, less than I want. But it's so hard. It's just so hard.
For the last little while, I have been feeling like I don't know what I want to do with my life. I thought I wanted to be a life coach, but now I'm not sure. And what I really want to do is help women leave relationships who feel stuck. People. Include men in there. I want to help anyone who is in a relationship that no longer works for them, is toxic or abusive. I want to help them find a way out. But I have no idea how to do that. And it seems massive. It seems inconquerable. It seems beyond me. And if I'm 100% honest, I don't want it to negatively impact my ex.
But they can get out of the relationship. Divorce. cold divorce. They don't really need help doing it. They can just go down to the courthouse and do it. They don't. Now, if you want to set up like a website for resources and push the website, then yeah, but they don't need that. They just need to figure out what it is that that other person's doing. And also, if that other person is doing something that's worthy of them, quote unquote, leaving, right? A lot of these people out here, they be walking out of relationships for the wrong thing, and they don't be putting the work in. So, I mean, you know, maybe now is not the best time for you to be starting that. Y'all like to start stuff when y'all are emotional. Maybe right now is not the best time to be doing that. You need to worry about healing yourself. You need to worry about getting your mind right, I would say.
Because he's not a bad person. He did some bad things. He did not treat me as I should have been treated, but he is not a bad person, and I do not want to hurt him. And by me saying that, I felt stuck in our relationship and wanted to leave for several years. It feels like that hurts him. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But I'm holding back. I'm holding back on what I really want to do in life. Because I don't want to hurt him any more than I already have. I'm sorry. I want to tell him that I'm sorry I hurt him. And that our relationship got more and more toxic. But it was the hardest thing I've ever done, because I knew it was gonna break your heart. And I hope someday you see that I did this for both of us, because we couldn't stay living like that. We just couldn't. Not if we wanted to be fulfilled, happy people, individuals. And I wish the best for you. I really do. And I know we hurt each other, but I hope that someday there's no tension or animosity. And I hope that you'll forgive me. I had to get out. I had to get out if I wanted to be well. And if I wanted you to be well. Some people think that, when you're the one to leave a marriage, that it's easy and you're just instantly happy, and that's not true. It's not true. It's incredibly difficult. It's so hard. You know you're breaking that other person's heart, but you know you have to do it anyway. And it was soul crushing. But I've done a lot of tough things in my life. I've done a lot of hard things, and I am resilient. And I'm starting to love myself, and I'm going to do what's best for me. I'm not going to people please anymore. I just can't. It's too hard. I'm not going to mask. I'm not going to pretend. I'm going to be my real self.
These women, man. These women, they think they're in a movie. They think they're in a movie. They be talking like they in a movie or something like that. I'm sorry I had to do this. It's for us. It's for the best. It's for our future. For the kids that we don't yet have with other people. Glung, 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 glung. The slow music in the background. Girl, go to the therapist. Go get some help. Man, you're divorced now. Go take a nap. Go get some good food. Go do something else besides sitting up on here talking to the man. He can't hear you. He not watching your TikToks. He at McDonald's right now, ordering 2 and 3 orders of large fries. That man not worried about what you got going on. That man stretched out, sleeping with no underwear on, doing whatever he want to do.
Good morning. My video was so good that Emily King hated it, which is a good sign. She should have tagged me, but I know most of her fan base are like below average men, so it's okay. But there was a discrepancy in her stitch. She called me a single woman, Emily King. I've been married for 7 years, and it's interesting because my husband set the standard to be so high and has pointed out so many negative common male tendencies to me since being married to him. That's actually like the main reason why I'm like, oh my god, wait, yeah, like most men honestly are trash. It is because my husband is so fantastic. But it got me thinking, is Emily King married? Is she single? Because she talks a lot about marriage and divorce and how women are so terrible and poor men, right? She's divorced. I can't make this up. She was married for like 12 years or something, got divorced. And she just posted a video a few days ago saying, we need to stop saying that men cause most divorces, and then gave a statistic. Come on now. Who convinced you that your divorce was solely because of you?
Nobody. She didn't say that it was solely because of her. But what modern women like to do is say that it's solely because of men that they're getting divorced. That's what Emily be trying to say to y'all. Glad that your husband is a good person. He's a good man. I'm glad that he's that to you. Right? And the negative stuff that he be, well, men don't do this and men don't do that. Great. Fantastic. The problem is, while men are having to correct these issues, modern women, even though they say they're correcting their issues, they're still coming out of therapy just as bad as when they went in. Maybe even worse, because now they think, because I've completed this session, I have something to talk about, when really you don't. You don't. You're not on any other higher level of playing than a man is. You're not. And that's what men be trying to say. You're not better than me.
It had nothing to do with your husband. Nope. It had nothing to do with him or your marriage. It was just because you and you're like mentally ill and there's something wrong with you. She did recently get remarried like 2 months ago. So she knows what she's talking about. You know, she's a pro at this. She knows how to have a healthy, long-lasting marriage. She's been with him for 2 months. Now, I do have a point here because I too used to be a woman that was like always playing devil's advocate for men, because I did deconstruct my own problems that I'm still aware of, and I would never deny that like they exist, but I would play devil's advocate for men. And here's the thing, they're gonna eat it up every time. They will eat it up every single time. But guess what? You can sit there and say, yeah, no, like men are really great at this, they're good at doing this, they can be trusted with this. And then if you say, but obviously, like, you know, there's also some things that maybe they could work on. Oh, now you're in trouble. Now they hate you. They'll turn on you immediately. And I want people like Emily King to know that they are no exception. You are no exception to that rule. The reason that you have 3 million male followers and some other women that are like you that follow you is because you have not made them feel like they need to take any accountability about anything. And the moment that you do, you're done. The show will be up, okay? There's no loyalty to you. There's loyalty to you making them feel comfortable and satisfied with their behavior. And those are the type of men that are the most vocal in the comment section. So yes, you will feel validated. Oh my God, Emily, you're so right. You're receiving so many comments of these men agreeing with you. And it doesn't really say a whole lot. And through my own support and criticisms of both genders, I have a lot of highly intelligent men that are frequently in my comment section, and those men are very different than the types of men that support and leave comments on internalized misogynistic videos. But I also know that not all content is for the same type of person, and that type of content is for a very specific type of male. Most of the men in those comment sections that are so happy to hear that nothing's wrong with them are single and or divorced. They're middle-aged, they're bitter, they hate most women, especially women that like don't put up with bullshit. I sincerely do hope that Emily King has a long, healthy, loving, lasting marriage, and I mean that. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I just can't help but call it out, and mostly because I used to also share a lot of her same sentiments. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
So basically you said a bunch of nothing is the long and short of it. If somebody, so even if we throw out Emily King, and we say, hey, you pandering to men. Lady J has multiple groups that she hits. I've seen her hit men as well, men and women, tackling racism, discrimination, prejudice, just foolishness in general. What then? The problem is, once again, men have to be held accountable. And a lot of the times it's only men being held accountable, not the woman. Oh, well, you know, your men are always going to agree with this, and this. Men have to. Actually, I don't know if y'all know Haley Rochelle. She's got a TikTok. She's got Instagram. She might have Facebook. She has been divorced as well. Said, hey, you know, listen, I understand as a wife, there's some things that I've done that I shouldn't have done as well in the relationship. That's self-awareness. That's accountability. That's all men are asking for. Instead of saying, oh, they're going to agree with you, start to understand, well, why would they agree with her? How come what's in their mind? What are they thinking that when she says this, it creates such a reaction from them that they agree? Like, what is it? Oh, wait a minute. They feel like they're held to a certain standard, but as a woman, I'm not. I can do certain things as a woman and then blame them for when I get in trouble. If I get in trouble, I can talk about them like a dog if I wanted to. And if they decide to retaliate, then they're a bad person. You ever think men get tired of that? You ever think that men get tired of women leaving at 70%? 70% of the time, the woman is filing for divorce and then trying to blame it all on him like he's the whole entire issue, never taking accountability. 10 years later, she's still blaming him for everything. You ever think that's a problem? You ever think that society treats men in a certain way to where they're like, hey, man, I'm trying to stand up for women's rights, but man, what about me? I don't want to be put out. I mean, you put me at the bottom of the barrel when I didn't do anything. I've been supporting. Yeah, but it's our turn. You're a man. You should understand. I don't understand because I was never doing any of that weird stuff that you're talking about. Yeah, but you're still a man, so you're going to have to take one on the chin. No, that's not fair. I don't have to take one on the chin, and I'm not going to. That's where y'all mess up. Because y'all keep on thinking that men are going to continue to lay down and listen to the nonsense. Well, my husband said this. Good for your husband. But I'm still not going to let people walk all over me. Well, the judge said this and the police officer, good for them. I'm still not going to let people walk all over me. Regardless of what y'all say, I'm still not going to let people walk over me like that. If I have to take accountability, then so do you. That's the whole point of what these women be saying. Do you see that trend, that pattern? Hey, now if this man, say for instance, there was a video that Emily did where she was reacting. The woman sitting up there complaining that the man wasn't happy about the stuff that she did for him on his birthday. Come to find out, men and women in the comments figured out the problem was her. You sitting up there saying he mad at you or he's not happy about what you did for him on his birthday and you went all out. Come to find out, you went all out for you. That was the stuff that you wanted to do. All of it. Maybe one or two things in there he might have wanted, but 95% of that stuff was for you. And instead of saying, you know, I'm sorry. It should have been your day. It should have been all about you. Y'all want to sit up there and defend somebody that ain't, she didn't do right. Instead of just saying, sorry, she did not do right. Whose side should you be on? You should be on the man. He's right in this situation. That's what you're not understanding. So like I said, great for your husband for pointing out what men do wrong, but society is doing that anyway. They're already doing that. Who's going to be on the man's side to where they say, hey, he was actually right in that situation. We shouldn't have treated him like that. We owe him an apology. Oh, wait. That's what I thought.